Malik, commiserations on defeat to Gerald Washington. It was a close fight. Why do you think you leave the ring feeling frustrated that you couldn't capitalise on the success that you had?
I leave the ring feeling like Gerald could have did more, especially to this Chisora. This Chisora was a lot. This Chisora is older, you know what I mean? And when he misses, there's so many opportunities there that Gerald could have took advantage of. And the stage was set. If it's any Chisora, he could have had an easy time with it. It was the Chisora of the night. He didn't take advantage fully of the opportunity to me. But it's easier in there, and it's easier said than done. But in my opinion, Gerald should have looked a lot better. I trained him a lot better. And I gave him the right instructions from the corner in the corner tonight, but he wasn't able to pull the trigger on a lot of things. But that's life, that's boxing. Here we are.
We're sat here in the dressing room. We've got the main event, Anthony Joshua, on behind us, or behind me, sorry. This does present an interesting opportunity for you as the trainer of Deontay Wilder to get a look at him. What are the sort of things that you're trying to spot?
What round we in right now? We're in the 5th round right now. Helenius is long. Joshua is trying to get to him. Helenius tying him up correctly. But when Helenius is tying him up, what I'm noticing is Joshua is not in no rush to get out of a clinch. So what does that mean? That means he's cool with making silent agreements. That's one strike you can't do against Deontay Wilder. You have to be mean and you have to be surgical. Right now I don't see nothing. I don't see an urge. I don't see nothing surgical going on. I see him stand behind his left knee and trying to take his time and get Helenius out of there. And I don't want to compare what we did to him to Helenius because, as you can see, it's no comparison at all. We're in the 5th round right now, and AJ is standing behind his left knee, and he's thinking, and he's waiting, and he's thinking, and Helenius is having not good moments, but he's having moments where he's, I don't want to say frustrating Joshua, but he's feinting him. He's making him miss. He's hitting him with tip jabs and things like that. And this is an old Helenius, so I think it speaks for itself.
Some people may not realise, but you were actually in the corner for Dillian Whyte's fight with Anthony Joshua back in 2015.
Yes.
What do you see now in Joshua that back then? How do you compare the two from the two times?
I think back then Joshua was a lot more aggressive. That's actually how Dillian was able to hit him with the left hook, because AJ used to come at you more and take a lot more risks. He hasn't been taking those kind of risks ever since he's been knocked out by Andy Ruiz. Everything has been behind his left knee. Everything has been behind his high guard. He's getting hit with flesh jabs here. And he's just overthinking right now. He's overthinking. Derek Chisora said he should have gotten rid of Helenius in 3 rounds. Chisora said that. That's his friend. But he just bust Helenius' nose. Helenius just hit him with some jabs. Josh was still thinking and he's waiting. He just hit Helenius. He stumbled him a little bit with something. But this boxing is a good fight, man. I'm looking forward to January. Because like I said, my prediction still remains Deontay knocked Anthony Joshua out in 3 or 4 rounds.
Let's talk about that. As the trainer of Deontay Wilder, you obviously know a thing or two of what's going on behind the scenes. Should Joshua come through this as he's expected to do, are we all paths are pointing towards that? Do you think that's the fight we'll see next?
Oh yeah, real quick, I want to speak on something AJ is doing good now. He's not just throwing single jabs, he's doubling the jab. And his nose is busted too. He's getting hit with jabs as well. Anyway, I'm looking forward to January. It's a 3 or 4 round fight to me. Deontay wins by devastating knockout, like I've been saying for the last few years. But what was your question? I'm sorry, brother.
The question was, should Anthony Joshua come through this fight as expected, all paths are sort of leading towards that collision course in January, from your side?
Yes, definitely. Deontay is working on getting something done in October if we can get some work, and if we can't, we're willing to go into January and just knock out Anthony Joshua. It doesn't matter with Deontay. He has an evil streak, a mean streak. He's the hardest punching, the most dynamic fighter in the history of the sport. He's not an overthinker. He has one mission when he fights, to seek and destroy. If anyone is an overthinker in his corner, it's me. So we balance it out with him, and you could say in the whole. He's a killer, I'm a thinker. Actually, he's a killer and a thinker now. He has his thinking cap a lot more on now, and that's why this guy right here, Robert Helenius, was only able to go a few seconds with him because Deontay was thinking. We walked him into a trap. Helenius is very good when you're going to him, but when you make him come to you, he's not that effective. And we gave him the blueprint on how to get this done, but AJ is not struggling right now, but in my opinion, is he looking good? No.
You said that Deontay Wilder would ideally want to get some work in October. There's been talk about Andy Ruiz. Do you see that being the fight next for him, or has talks gone quiet there?
Andy Ruiz don't want to fight Deontay Wilder. I believe Anthony Joshua wants to fight Deontay Wilder finally now because the communication is up. He's speaking about it a lot now. But Andrew Ruiz, he doesn't want this work. He really, really doesn't. And what is he doing to prove he doesn't want this work? He's doing what the modern day coward do nowadays when they don't want to fight you. They outprice themselves. And that's what he's doing. And him and his father, his dad told me they have plans on making money, doing movies and all of that. They don't need boxing money. Well, okay, then we'll get out the way. That's my thing, because Deontay is going to be two-time heavyweight champion of the world. And if you're not trying to fight him, you're not trying to make history, that goes for Ruiz or any other heavyweight in the world. They need to just get out the way. This is a real one-man show, and it's the Deontay Wilder show.
You said that you believe Wilder gets AJ out of there within 3 or 4 rounds.
4 rounds.
What gives you that confidence?
Well, what's real peculiar about it is right now AJ isn't doing the things he usually do in the 3 or 4 rounds. Usually, like he's a little bit more front foot heavy, but I think that thanks to Derrick James, he's thinking a lot more behind his front knee, and he's not taking a lot of chances. Thanks to Derrick James, and also thanks to Andy Ruiz, because Ruiz knocked him out, so now he's more cautious. And Derrick James is giving him good teaching and trying to put, you could say, educated mindset behind his system. So, AJ's in a tough spot, really, because, myself and all of you, we all expect a lot out of him because, he has special traits about him. Like, he looks the par, he's built the par, he can fight, gold medalist, everything in the par. But there's only one thing that he's not, and he's not vicious like the man that I train, Deontay Wilder. He isn't as dynamic. As a matter of fact, his eyes are swelling up, busted nose. This is not good business. But we got to make it to January, so. Look at that. Helenius clinch him, and he's okay with it. You don't see him working the free hand. Derek Chisora is an older Derek Chisora now. But one thing you see him doing is in clinches, when you try to clinch him, he's trying to get you off of him because he's not trying to make silent agreements. Anthony Joshua comes across like he cool with someone tying him up. But if you look at him before, back when Dylan fought him the first time in those fights back then, even the Povetkin's of the world, if you try to tie Anthony Joshua up, he would rip you off of him. He would push you a little bit more meaner. I don't know what happened that took that mean streak away. I believe it was the Angel Ruiz. What we going in, 8th round here? Something like that? What, just going to go to distance? Somebody that we just literally iced him last October, and Anthony Joshua get ready to go to distance with him now. And people are wondering why I say he can't go 3 or 4 rounds with Deontay. Stop taking it so personal. When I look at boxing, I see craft. I don't see skin color. I don't see race. I don't see who's someone's girlfriend, where someone live at. I'm not into religion and none of that. Stylistically, when you put these guys next to each other, Deontay Wilder style is made to knock Anthony Joshua out. And I said that about an aggressive Anthony Joshua. What y'all think I think he would do to an overthinking Anthony Joshua that's coming across not as sure of himself, that's struggling with people that Deontay is icing in, 90 seconds and things like that. Nothing I say about Deontay is far-fetched. People don't want to embrace it or believe it. I don't know why that is, but he's the hardest punch in the history of the sport. I'm not doing nothing but saying he's going to knock out somebody that is very, to me, not as confident as they used to be. That someone that reaches over their front knee, which means they overcommit. We're going to walk right into a bomb, and it's going to be devastating.
We have seen that Deontay Wilder can be hurt.
Yes.
And we have seen that Anthony Joshua, he is a destructive puncher. He can be. We're not seeing that right.
Anthony Joshua is a good combination puncher. I just watched Anthony Joshua hit Helenius with a bunch of single right hands. Helenius is cool. You see what happened when we hit him with a 6-inch mush right hand. That wasn't even Deontay. He was on his back leg, Deontay, and it was a mush.
You still have to respect that Joshua, though, in a potential matchup. You can't overlook him.
Not overlooking him at all, but look, he's in the clinch. Look, he don't want to fight out of it. I just look at craft. I look at boxing. This is high level, and I train a high level guy. I train a couple high level guys, and Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, is the king of the crop. Tyson Fury is the king of the crop, and compared to what I'm looking at right now. This is not personal. I'm just talking about craftsmanship. I'm not a sensationalizer. My opinion isn't based off of fanatics, sensationalism, idol worshiping. I don't do that. When I see boxing, I see craft. Whoever is showing me high level stuff, I commend that. But I don't watch boxing. Whoa! Whoa! Yes, AJ fucking L. January, baby. What round was it? He clipped him cold in the 8th.
Do you change?
Oh,
do you
he
check?
got right out the ring. Look at him. Where's he going?
Do you change your opinion now?
It was cool. It was cool. It should have been done like that, but it was good. It was good.
We've just seen, for those that can't see at the moment, we've just seen Anthony Joshua put Robert Helenius down and iced him, end the fight.
Yes.
Now you think?
He got right out the ring. Is he coming in the back?
I believe he's going to get back in the ring. I think he's just talking to the fans.
That's what's up, man. Well, fuck, man. January is on. Him and Deontay, they both ice Robert Helenius now. I believe Deontay knocks him out in 3 or 4 rounds. And, yeah, I can't wait for January, baby.
There's been a lot of talks before this fight that talks were happening behind the scenes. Can you give us any insight into Deontay Wilder? Has he agreed his terms for this fight, or is there still work to be done?
Deontay been ready to fight AJ for the last, 3-4 years or whatever it's been. But the talks has been more heavier now than they ever been. I got to go back and look at the tape. I don't know how he was. AJ wasn't really looking that impressive to me before the knockout, but I'm happy he got it because, we're about to do some big business. And, yeah, let's get it done.
Malik Scott, thank you so much for talking to us.
Game, baby.